All right. Well, Tasteless, we are back on Tornado, and it is time to tell the story of these two players.
Yes, again, and I love it even better the second time.
Let's do it. All right. In the bottom right, we have Old Man Ra. At the top right, we have JF. And for those of you who do not follow the Foreigner scene, his name is Jian Fei. He typed that backwards because he's a little kid. Says Yefnage. No one wants to try to remember how to spell that or how to say that, so we call him JF.
It makes it a lot easy for us. As we said in the previous cast, it does have that eerie feel to it, just like a record being played back, like Yefnage or something like that. So, of course, White-Ra getting his name from Nalra.
Which is funny, because guess what? Nalra? No, it's not like Nal Clan and the god Ra. Nalra in Korean means flying.
Yeah, it was actually, I remember the first time I met Nalra asking him, so, did you actually get your name from the Egyptian sun god? And him saying, oh, what? The Egyptian sun god is named Ra? And he's like, oh my god, I'm going to steal that. So here we go with our opener. I think we might have gotten some feedback there for a second. But White-Ra here in the orange, JF here at the upper right. Both going to scout after Gateway. Pretty standard in Protoss versus Protoss.
That's right, but what directions are they going into? It looks like they're not going in the right directions at all. JF going to the left, White-Ra going to the left. But guess what? They're both on the right, Tasteless. They're not going to scout each other at all.
Looks like the joke's on them. Actually, interestingly enough, in this matchup, that means they're probably not going to get the scouting probe into their opponent's base if the opposing player goes Zealot first. So that can have big impacts in Protoss versus Protoss, which is really a matchup that's so much about scouting early on.
That's right, and White-Ra, he has insta-started a Zealot, and that blue probe, it is quite far away. So looks like JF is not going to be doing any scouting this game. JF, on the other hand, making his Cybernetics core really quick, not starting any Zealot quite yet, but I expect him to start a Zealot pretty soon here.
Okay, here we go. This, as you said, the Cybernetics core on the way. We don't really know what they're going to do until we see when the Cybernetics core completes. Is it going to be second gate, early range? Are we going to see DTs coming out here? And again, by the way, guys, thank you so much for staying with us. We do apologize for the technical difficulties where the TL server was actually hit by a comet, and then a nuke got dropped on it. So we had to actually rebuild another studio and do it from here. Right. We are actually in Korea right now, for your guys' information. We are two StarCraft commentators doing stuff in the scene out here, living in Seoul.
That is correct.
And it looks like I'm going to miss the early bird special right now because it's now 5:46 a.m.
That is
so I don't think I'm going to be done.
Too bad, man. But luckily for you, there is no Denny's in Seoul.
Yeah.
So you just got nothing to worry about.
Okay, we see that the Sky Probe did manage to get inside.
White-Ra sneaks into JF's base.
Excuse me, yes, into JF's base.
He's trespassing, Tasteless.
He's trespassing. You need to get out.
But you know what? Where does JF live? He lives in Canada, so they aren't allowed to have guns. Sorry about that.
Well, good thing a probe doesn't know how to use a gun. He only knows how to do a small ranged attack, nibbling on his opponent.
It's like a gun though. It's
kind of like it's like a gun that it's actually more like dropping a rock on somebody. It's not exactly. Okay. It's got a lot of range. So he didn't get too much intel gathering. He didn't spot anything weird like a really early Citadel. So for the time being, it looks like we could be in for a pretty long game.
We see right now White-Ra opening up with a robotics near his ramp pretty quickly. And this is standard White-Ra play for those of you who are White-Ra fans out there. He loves to get an early robotics near his ramp. It gives him a lot of options. You know, it's right there so that he can pop out observers quick and stuff like that. Also, a build he likes quite a bit is expanding off a Reaver, making no shuttle, so the Reaver gets right down that ramp and can defend pretty quickly. And, you know, something that I'm not sure if you caught there, one Zealot he held back while killing the probe, so he actually has two Zealots right now. And this may mean that he is going to tech right up to Reaver. We see right now he is adding 2 gateways, while JF is going expansion and an additional gateway.
What's funny about this is that JF's actually deviating from what he normally does. You know, we kept hyping up his Reaver play, and I guess we might have actually done that so much that JF's thinking, all right, I'm not going to go Reavers. I need to have a degree of unpredictability here, and I think it's a pretty interesting play there by him. Hopefully we're saying White-Ra correctly. It's so early in the morning, I'm worried I'm going to get tired and say White-Ra.
White-Ra. What are you, Elma Fudd?
Like a wascally wabbit. But yeah, I think we're going to have to wait a little bit here and see if White-Ra is going to push. Because if he doesn't, then JF's going to get this econ advantage.
Yes. We see right now White-Ra moving forward a little bit here. I only see Observatory up, so it looks like he's going to go ahead and expand off his 2 gateways. A much slower expansion. So this is actually quite good for JF. JF is adding that 3rd gateway. His Nexus is going to be almost done now, while White-Ra's has just started up. So, JF looks like he may actually get the high end of this build order. And until White-Ra gets an observer out there, he's just started his first observer, he's basically not going to know what's going on. So JF should have, less tech, but a quicker expansion and more units.
You know what's interesting about JF's style is it's very risky, but what he's doing is he's predicting that his opponent, for instance, will not go for Dark Templars. So he's skipping the whole need to get any detection, which gives him a stronger army combination. Now, it backfired last game, partially because he didn't utilize the DTs. He made a bad call there. I think something we wouldn't have expected from JF. Yeah. And he kind of fell apart.
That was really bad play. I was not impressed with that because, this last series we saw against Ghosty Terran, he made good decisions, I thought. Played a smart game. But against White-Ra, it's just everything was kind of sloppy. He wasn't streamlined in any way. I don't know. But this game, he's looking a lot better. He's behind on supply a little bit right now because White-Ra has been non-stopping out of his 2 gates. But he has 3 gates now, way before White-Ra, and he may actually try to hit some sort of timing attack here, where he's just going 3-gate goon, and he should have a little timing where he might be able to get in there and do damage. But, White-Ra, he's just so non-stop with these, and now he has actually added a robotic support base. So, never mind that. JF ain't breaking nothing, Tasteless.
Not a thing, Artosis. And we also see the robotics bay here coming for JF. It does look like he's not going to do anything like go for a quick Citadel, do a 6-gate timing attack or anything of the sort. So he is actually going to just tech up a little bit. JF with a little bit of an advantage here, but White-Ra, he is a very crafty player. Never really threatened when you watch the guy play. He's never in a state of panic. Very calculated. So I'm sure he's cooking up a strategy here that we're going to see to counter this.
He's right now making a 2nd Reaver before any shuttle and getting his Citadel up. And he's already got that 2nd gas as well. So White-Ra's play here, I kind of like it. It's very tech heavy, still sitting on 2 gateways, spending most of his minerals on those expensive mineral heavy Reavers. Saving up his gas, maybe for some High Templars here. I don't expect him to switch over to Zealots, obviously, because that would be so many minerals. And why would you get 2 gas, Tasteless? You wouldn't, Tasteless.
You wouldn't.
That's why I think he's going High Templars, Tasteless.
I think it makes a lot of sense. Well, plus if he went Zealots and tried to attack into anybody had Reavers, for instance, he would lose all of those Zealots. So yeah, that would not be a wise decision here. So far, JF's defense looks pretty good. And there you go. The Templar Archives is up. Your amazing StarCraft clairvoyance has once again did you.
Thank you. I thought so as well. I'm glad that you pointed out, because if I point out myself, I don't look as legit.
All right, we have at the same time Templar Archives coming out here. Neither of these guys going for Zealot legs, which is pretty smart. And I think storm dropping could become a pretty big factor here. In late game PvP, storm dropping is really where the whole game becomes important.
Yeah, man, those storms kill probes so fast. Probes seem so strong when they're attacking your SCV that's building a depot. But you know what? When Psy Storm is cast upon them, they are not so tough
disappear.
Anymore, are they?
They disappear pretty quickly.
They are like an 8th grader. They move up to high school, and guess what? You ain't nothing now, probe.
What a profound metaphor there from Artosis. By the way, we do see Storm on the way. This is the TSL. It's been very exciting so far.
It has.
I feel like
it's been very exciting so far. I have enjoyed every second of it. For those of you who did not catch the matches yesterday, go watch them. I'm not going to spoil them for you because I know some of you, probably worked or something. But I know one thing, Tasteless. It's Valentine's Day, and every single nerd is sitting here watching us.
I know.
They got their girlfriends there.
We want you guys to know that if you don't have girlfriends and feel unloved, we love you.
That's right. Tasteless will be your girlfriend.
Thank you for joining us on this hot date with Tasteless and Artosis as we sweet talk you through the StarCraft game.
Indeed. Right now, Jeff, he is getting Citadel Legs upgrade and Storm upgrade, getting a lot of gateways and whatnot. And, well, looks like White-Ra dancing a goon near that Chrysalis. And what do we have here? A Dark Templar kind of walking up the side of the map. And
here comes a
Dark
DT
Templar
drop
being dropped into the main base of JF. That shuttle almost going down. A little red shuttle right now.
This DT could do a lot of damage.
One
Shanking
probe,
these probes. Two
probe.
down, 3. This is Sesame Street. Can he get 4? Yes, he can. 4
6.
probes.
You know what? JF is going to become Oscar the Grouch in a moment here because he's lost 8 probes, 9 probes going down. And
well,
guess what, Tasteless?
We almost got into double digits there.
He just got Snuffleupagus.
He got Snuffleup owned. No, really, this is a pretty big blow here. I also remember he kept the shuttle, so he can potentially do storm drops. That shuttle is pretty softened up, but yeah, it's certainly an option here. And also note the great positioning here with the pylons from JF to spot any kind of drops from his own opponent. Now, JF moving in here, he could maybe attack. It's a little bit of a tough call. It depends on whether or not the Psy Storms hit the Reavers. But this is a pivotal moment because if you do go for a quick drop, you can really get hurt with a counterattack.
Now, look at this counterattack that's coming up. I want to point something out to you guys. Look at the supply here. White-Ra, 134. JF, 122. JF lost a lot of probes, so his army is actually stronger than it seems right now. Okay, their real supply army-wise is very close to each other. Because, well, JF lost 9 supply and probes, and yet still has such a close supply. But here he goes into this little choke. The Reavers are there, an Archon being made, and Psy Storm all over the Reavers. Beautiful storms right there by JF. JF with
oh my
no
God,
Reavers.
he cleaned that up. He took out all those Reavers. This attack may not succeed. In fact, it doesn't look like it will, but the Reavers are out of the game. So JF going to be a little bit ahead here with the tech advantage. But actually, when you look at the ridiculous number of units that White-Ra has, it really goes to show you that White-Ra handled himself pretty damn well here. I'm actually amazed that even losing those Reavers, and I think a way he really shouldn't have, he's still actually in great position. In fact, he could, if he does this right, counterattack or at least contain his opponent.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to get up here, get this high ground. These goons are going to have to retreat completely, and JF actually not with a whole lot of units at his rally point here. He's up a little bit high on money. We see he's got about 700 minerals and 800 gas. Not the best macro that we're seeing right now. And, well, the DT is being fended off, and it looks like JF has reinforced quite a bit with Zealots. They build a little bit quicker than Dragoons, so a good choice there. In the meantime, White-Ra taking another Nexus, a third base going up, and just starting to defend a little bit. Throws up a cannon at his natural just in case. Better safe than sorry, Tasteless. Always wear your seatbelt.
Always wear your seatbelt, wear a helmet if you're on a bike.
Or even in a car.
Wear water wings if you can't swim. In this case, he is playing it very safe. Kind of interesting position here for White-Ra to expand to. Sometimes when you see really good Protoss players get a huge advantage, they'll take another main, especially in positions like this because it's very hard to get to. But in this case, he's very confident with just defending this location. It's also very storm droppable for JF. But again, White-Ra looking pretty damn good right now. It's going to be up to JF to kind of burst out and get some kind of positional advantage here.
White-Ra and JF, their supply right now is really about the same. I mean, 115 for JF, 122 for White-Ra. Again, JF lost like 9 probes, so army-wise, they have about the same supply. But White-Ra has this third Nexus that's almost done. In the meantime, JF over towards the top left, just starting up his third base. No real defense over there, even while White-Ra does have a DT on that side of the map, kind of waiting for the normal third base location. But JF, seems like he's going to actually fall pretty far behind here. We see his tech not quite as strong right now. We see more tech out of White-Ra. His macro's going a bit better because of those additional probes. And actually right now we see a shuttle going up the right side of the map. It's got a Reaver and 2 Zealots at it. And
we're actually going to see, it looks like 2 drops here. One towards White-Ra's main, the other one towards JF's main. 4 DTs and a shuttle here heading towards White-Ra's main. They can do a lot of damage. Reaver drop here doesn't look like
JF runs probes in his main. Now let's take a look at White-Ra's main. We got 4 DTs popping out. White-Ra no units near here. JF should be able to easily take out these probes and the Nexus. In the meantime, back at JF's base, it seems like he has run away quite a few probes. but that shuttle looks like it wants to get into that natural and hopefully get off a good scarab. But it's being chased away. Let's take a look down at White-Ra's base, and then Nexus goes down, and now JF going to work on the tech with the Dark Templars.
This is a huge advantage right now. You can see a 9 o'clock position here on the map, an attack occurring. He could take out this Nexus. So much going on the map right now. But if he does pick off that Nexus, by the way, the main has now been secured here. Let's see here. It's getting the yellow, getting lower, and it does indeed look like JF is going to save. Oh, no. Oh, my God. He actually saved the last second. That was a lot of stuff. My brain hurts following all that. No, but seriously, that was a great play there by JF, but I don't know if he's going to have as much of an advantage without that Nexus.
Yeah, you know, Dark Templar couldn't be seen, finishes off that Nexus. That is the story of my life, except instead of a Nexus, it's all my turrets.
Yeah, I was about to say, it must be a turret.
Yeah, my command center can lift off, but I lose icy cut points when I do that, so...
oh, by the way, weapons upgrade coming along here for JF. JF may engage before the weapons upgrade completes. If you take a look here for White-Ra, he does have a lot of Archons which can eat up these Zealots. I don't know if JF should be engaging here. This could be a huge mistake.
This is a bad idea. Look at this. The Archons are going to totally clean up. Good storms by JF, but guess what? Zealots versus Archons, no. That's not what you want to see, man. It's like Goliaths versus Sunkens or a carrier versus siege tank. It is not something that you want to see.
I think White-Ra needs to change his name to White. Oh my God, you are so good. He's handled himself really well. This has been a pretty technical PvP. JF definitely attacked at the wrong moment, and there it is, GG. So far, big advantage here for White-Ra.
All right, it looks like we will be changing servers to make the cast a little bit more smooth. 30 seconds, and we will be right back with you. So don't run away. I swear to God, it's not going to be an hour this time. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Let's see. Let's go on. Sorry about that little delay, but we are here. We are ready to go. And the third map, it's going to be Outsider SE. And I got to tell you guys, and Tasteless, you too. You're one of the guys that
Open
I'm
up to me, brother.
Right.
Talk to me, man. I'm here for you.
JF, man, he's not opening with Reavers. It's not working out for him. It's not working out for me either, man. I was looking forward to a great match here.
Yeah, I did not really expect the games to turn out the way they did. You can see JF's strategy is pretty good, but it's not panning out well. He's not handling himself properly, especially in the most important moments of decision-making in the game, I think. So this is too bad. I think Outsider, a pretty cool map, especially for mirror matchups, because, obviously they are so balanced. But most importantly because, let's face it, like a Protoss versus Zerg, for instance, on this map, very difficult for the Protoss to win. But at PvP, we get to see some incredible smart play.
If he doesn't open Reaver this game, I'm sorry to keep going back this, but this kid, his strength is Reaver. He's not showing it to us. He's actually losing to White-Ra quite badly. I do not like either of those games that we just saw. The second game much better than the first game at least, but I really want to see him open up Reavers. This is a great map for Reavers, obviously. I mean, look at this. It's Outsider, man. You want speed shuttles on this map for sure. So, if JF does not open With Reavers this time, we're going to have to pause the stream so I can go MSN him and make fun of him for being dumb.
All right, well, I'm ready to get this going if you are.
Yeah, I'm pretty ready.
Ready?
You want to go?
You want to shake
All
on that?
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's go.